All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, Shalom. Okay, Jake, as a whole, has a big belief in the Most High. Okay, myself being an Israelite foreigner, I always had a great belief in the Most High. Okay, and that was solidified and taken to several notches higher once you find out who you are and you get the name, because there's only one name under heaven that we must be saved. Now, even though Jake is in this what we call so-called modern Christianity, that he has created this rendition of Christianity, Jake still has a real um, solid belief. Okay, and then you got this by the looks of it, Benjamite lady in the UK. She took her son's school to court for forcing him to take part in a pride parade. I mean, this is effing ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Those of you Israelites out there that have young babies in school and nurseries, or what we call, what you guys call you guys call kindergarten, we call them nurseries here in the UK. You need to pull your children out of that. If you have the option, where your woman's at home and you can afford, as a man, to take care of your household, despite, and you can take care of your household and your woman can stay home, take care of the children and school them. And she's got, a few scruples in her brain, and, she's somewhat so-called okay in the mind to, teach your children, teach your children at home. Because the way they what they're doing to the children is completely ridiculous. You may have seen that video several months, or, there's so many videos I can't even keep up. It's one after the other. They keep doing this. There was a Jake that was vexed. He came into school. This is in the States, where they made his son put on a damn dress. His son put on a dress. Okay? You know what the scriptures say, right? I'm paraphrasing. A man shall not put on a woman's garment, and a woman shall not put, dress like a man. Okay? Let's just hear what the lady's got to say.
The hearing's over now. 8 days. How are you feeling?
Exhausted. This has been quite draining, but at the same time, quite a good feeling as well. A feeling that people have to obviously be answerable for the things that they've done, and so a bit of like justice. I've always said that no matter what happens, this has always been about just having our voices heard, knowing that we're not all gonna just jump in line and just accept whatever is thrown at us, and that we are the parents, we are the primary educators, and for people with any belief, but I have my strong Christian faith, and we honestly know that this is how we would raise our children with our beliefs, and it should be respected even when they go through the school gates.
Yeah, although the judge was, you obviously listening to the judge today, he was kind of weighing up, testing both lawyers' arguments and kind of showing that they've got to respect your right as a parent, your right as a Christian, but also the right of those people that are LGBT, the rights of the school as well, to carry out their statutory rights to promote tolerance and diversity.
Again, I've always been quite, held strong on the idea that, lifestyles are lifestyles. And, if we want to have that debate outside of the school gates, we can do. But children ultimately go through those gates to receive the same equal education. This isn't politics. We don't need to, push adults politics into the school gates and radicalize young children into living in a utopia of what we would like life to be, of everybody accepting certain people's sexual orientations or even beliefs. I'm even strong on the fact that you do not need to push any type of agenda onto children. These are young children who deserve an education free of our adult priorities and what's going on with our own politics.
Yeah, I think some people So especially those who are LGBT, they would have been offended by using the word lifestyle and radicalized. Do you think that that's helpful using that kind of language?
I mean, I am a person that is I'm Christian. I love the idea that we live in truth, and I think that we all should live in truth. If we don't live in truth, then what where will we be? So when I use the word lifestyle, it is a lifestyle. It's the way you choose to live your life. I choose to live my life as a Christian.
Because they would say that they are that way. That's just the way they're born, and then they discover that it's not something that they can choose.
I mean, the way you choose to live your life, how you feel about life, is how you feel. And I understand that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to.
You see what they do? They, the moles want you to accept them in terms of, okay, be like us, accept us. But if you believe in the Most High and you believe in male and female relationships, and that's the norm for us, they want to get violent with you. So obviously, if a regular person gets violent with a bundle of sticks, with a mole, okay, that's a hate crime. But if a mole or a sodomite, right, male or female, gets violent with a regular person, or that's okay. You see how the tables turn. It's the same thing that they did do with Jake. Same thing. They do the same thing all the time. Okay, if an Edomite, a cracker kills a Jake, well, that's okay. But if Jake is defending himself against a couple of Edomites, right? Okay, or defending someone, or that's like a hate crime, or and then they bring out some other nonsense like he was a gang member or make up some stuff. Whether that's true or not, that's got besides the point. Okay, so obviously they always try and turn the tables. They make evil look good and good look evil. This is what they do.
To have a strong feeling about something and not be able to live it the way you would like to live it. But we have to remember that when you have a strong feeling about something, you do not have to live it, and you could choose not to. And when you do choose to live a lifestyle of being with a man or being with a woman, that is a choice, and a choice that you stand by. But not everybody has to affirm that lifestyle.
Exactly. Not everybody has to affirm that lifestyle. Okay? People in their right mind, Jake is not with that. Okay? In this world right now, because Yahushua is going to return soon, we can't really do what we want to do pursuant to Leviticus 20:13. That's what we really want to do, but you can't do that. You'll end up under the jail. That's what you will do. Okay? So what you do? You stay away from it. You try and teach your children right. And you keep an eye on your children. You just don't push your children through the school gates and just say, okay, cool, I'll pick you up at 3:30 or 3:15 or whatever time your children finish school. No. You make sure you speak to the teachers. You speak to your children. What are they learning? Look at their books. Look at their notebooks. What are they writing? What are they learning? What are they hearing? If you see some funny behavior with your son, he's trying to paint, and you as a woman are painting. You're painting your nails, and he wants to paint his nails. You ask him, okay, where'd you get the idea from? Who put the idea in the head that you want to paint your nails? Who put the idea in your head that you want to wear my lipstick? You got a daughter, she's trying to she's got long hair and she wants to cut her hair short. Any little trigger. Always keep an eye on your children. Okay, because we live. There was I think it was an Edomite. He said that this is the Moist generation. Okay, it's the most. He basically said in these terms. Okay, I'm repeating what he said. This is the gayest generation, Generation Z. Okay, and they're really pushing this hard. It wasn't this heavy 25 years ago, 20 years ago. All right, look how they're pushing it so heavy. Every single damn movie, every single damn show. It doesn't even need it. They're gonna put some. Oh, I want to say that word. They want to put some sodomite ish into it in every single thing, and it's really pissing me off. Okay?
And you cannot force people to affirm it and to accept it. You have to understand that I am a supporter of free will, and I'm a supporter that everybody should have the
There's no such thing as free will. Man's goings are of the Lord, then how can a man understand his own ways? Let me just get the scripture out. Salaki, 1 second. I don't want to. Okay, I've quoted a couple of scriptures. I think it's in Proverbs. Proverbs 20:24. Proverbs 20 and 24. KJV. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yashai guides your steps. There's no such thing as free will. Okay? And if you are a mo, that means the Lord has given you up to vile affection. Okay?
chance to have a choice, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to support it and celebrate it.
Yeah, and interestingly today, the judge was also putting to your lawyer the fact that your belief that it is sinful for anyone other than a man and a woman to get married, to have that kind of relationship, that in its way was discriminatory as well. And that what would happen if there were two kids in a playground and one was picking on the other because he felt he was making a judgment on their parents for being from the same gender. Do you understand that where the judge was going with that?
I understand it, but I think as we have made a case before, that that could easily be put to somebody making fun of someone's father for having several wives, 100 wives, 50 wives,
and that would be wrong as well.
And that would be wrong. So the point.
No, that isn't wrong. Okay, so you can be a mo, you can be a pedo, but God forbid you have more than one woman. Okay, you can be anything else but have but be a Jake in the truth and have more than one woman. Okay, you can have many wives. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So then grab a scripture. Exodus 21 and 10 KJV. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Okay. So basically, if you take on another woman, you're supposed to take care of her food, her raiment, her daily needs and requirements, and her duty of marriage, which is basically, in layman's terms, laying the pipe. Make sure that you take care of her bedroom needs, and you shall not diminish that. So you can't deny her, and she can't deny you. So you can have many.
Is that we teach all children, people, I would hope, to have respect for one another. From time began, we've lived with people with different beliefs, with different cultures.
So can you say someone's habits? So can you say someone's? Are you being respectful about someone's relationship by calling it sinful? Is that? Are you still showing that same level of respect when you classify it as sinful in your judgment?
We are all sinners, and there are a lot of things that.
Okay, I'll leave it there. She's then going to that. Caesar Borgia so-called Christian jargon. Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Our children were taken away, controlled by other people, other nations, Edomites and other nations, in every captivity we've been. And it's the same thing, even now. Our children are not our own. They're raised by these heathens, not raised by these heathens, they're taught these heathenistic doctrines in schools. Okay? So our children are not our own, even in this world. So you got to be very, very, very careful. Okay? Romans 1:26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature. Verse 27. And likewise unto the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And you know what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Okay. And what did if you watch the interview of Jacqueline Batalora, okay, she's a writer and a doctor, obviously, a doctor as well. She also, in one of her interviews, she did say that, when a society has amplified this, homosexuality and all that kind of thing, and it's really amplified in society, that's usually the end of that society. That's when it falls. And the same thing happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord burnt that up, and the same thing's going to happen to, modern Egypt, okay, which is basically new Sodom and Gomorrah. You want to put it in those terms. The door of Babylon, which is America, okay, and other parts of the world are going to get hit, but America, or Asareth, America means bitter, is going to be blown off the map. Okay, completely blown off the map. Okay, so even in this world, man, okay, you think that your children are yours, they're not yours. Okay, they get indoctrinated daily through media, in schools, through so-called friends, your classmates, friends that you go to school with or college with, So every single small, you see these weirdos everywhere. You even see these Jakes. Like I remember in the early 90s, you would see Jake hanging out, right? And Jake would have that sort of element of coolness. Now these Jakes today, man, they're weird, and they hang out with these weird ass Edomites, Then you got like decent looking Eves and women of other nations with these damn ugly ass Edomites. We are in a weird, it's like the Twilight Zone. Okay, it's just crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. Let me see. She's probably just going to go into that Caesar Borgia Christian jargon, but let's just see what she's going to say the last couple of minutes.
We do that are sinful, and therefore, just because I understand that you love it, you want to live that lifestyle, that's fine, but it's still sinful for us to participate it, to accept it, because we are held strong in our faith of the life between a man and a woman living together in matrimony, and that causes stability when you're having children. We cannot affirm life outside of that.
And what did you have of what the Squads have made today? It was talking about the kind of status of the contentious event at the centre of this, saying that it was about pride, having pride in who you are, and that doesn't, for whatever reason, and that this was nothing really to do with LGBT, although it did touch on acknowledging that there are families that can be composed in different ways, and that really that was the only reference that there was to LGBT. And this is more about diversity and celebrating what makes you proud as a child. You don't accept that definition of the event?
Obviously, no. I mean,
they talk about pride, and all that. How about regular people having pride in, a man liking women and women liking men? Okay, we got pride in being normal. This is ridiculous. One more scripture I'm gonna get. Man. Genesis 1:27. Okay, and there's not like hundreds of thousands of different genders. There's male and female. Become one flesh, and he bring forth children. Genesis 1:27. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created him. Slakia. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he, him, male and female. Created he them. Okay. Genesis 1:27. Another scripture here I want to read. Okay. One flesh. Just want to read that last scripture. Mark 10:8. And they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. No, that's not one. Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And that's spiritually and mentally. Where your woman is in tune with your mind and knows her husband and knows how to cater to his needs and requirements. Okay, and you become one flesh. How do you become one flesh as well? When the man enters his woman. Okay, the penis and the vagina fit like a jigsaw puzzle. We bring forth what? Children. That's how we procreate. That's how we've become like the sands of the sea, pursuant to Hosea 1:10. Okay, these moles, okay, they can't bring forth life. They live a death style, not a lifestyle. Okay, just wanted to touch on this. Okay, I mean, Eve did something decent. She took her children's, her son's school to court, and she won the case. And because there's some judges and lawyers out there that still don't agree with this world, because most judges are old school, even though some of them are part of certain covens, but some of them are old school and are not having none of this mess. But anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai,